as we started the human health and disease, we got enough basics in the last class, and today class is about protozoal disease. As human is infected by bacterial, viral, fungal and protozoal, the malaria infection has been mentioned very detailedly in the NCERT textbook. So that first I would like to discuss about the protozoal disease called malaria. Apart from this, entamoebiasis is also belongs to the protozoal disease. In the conclusion, I will tell you. But in the next sessions, bacterial, viral, and fungal infections we will discuss connectively. What is malaria? Generally, malaria is called bad air. Since centuries, this malaria is spreading and infecting in the human. Malarial vaccine was developed in the last year, October 2019, October. So till that malarial medicine was there, but vaccine was not there. It is under the research till the 2019 October. Malaria is caused by Plasmodium. Plasmodium. What is Plasmodium? Plasmodium is a protozoan. That's why we are discussing under the protozoan diseases of the human. Plasmodium is a genus, and Plasmodium species, there are 4 are there. Number 1, Plasmodium vivax. Number 2, Plasmodium ovale. Number 3, Plasmodium falciparum. And number 4, Plasmodium malariae. These are the 4 species under the same genus called Plasmodium. And Plasmodium vivax life cycle we are going to discuss. Plasmodium falciparum is most severe malaria, which is also called malignant malaria. In this, brain fever is also will be a final symptom and person will be died. And Plasmodium malariae is a quaternary malaria. Detail we will discuss in the later. But what are the 4 species they cause malaria is Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium ovale, Plasmodium falciparum and Plasmodium malariae. In that what we are going to discuss is Plasmodium vivax. Plasmodium vivax. Plasmodium is a species. It should be captured according to the binomial nomenclature. It is a genus and it is the species. Apart from the 4 species, the vivax species we are discussing. Plasmodium vivax is a digenetic parasite. Digenetic parasite means what? Yesterday's class, last session, I have given the details about it. A parasite which need 2 hosts to complete its life cycle. So that we have 2 hosts. Primary host is human and secondary host is female Anopheles mosquito. Female Anopheles mosquitoes. Simply FA. Why not male Anopheles mosquito or male mosquitoes? Means male mosquitoes do not have a habit of sucking blood. They are not sanguivorous. They use it to extract the plant juices and all. So male mosquitoes are so good compared to the female mosquitoes. Now the primary host is man. Why? Because in primary host asexual life cycle takes place. Asexual life cycle takes place. Asexual life cycle of whom? It is a parasite reproduced asexually in man, sexually in mosquito. So Plasmodium vivax use man for asexual reproduction. Plasmodium vivax use mosquito, which is a biological vector. Yesterday I told you last class, biological vector while carrying it is also having some changes by the parasite. So the changes are respectively sexual reproduction by Plasmodium in the stomach of the mosquito, female Anopheles mosquito. So primary host and secondary host, as these two are present, it is called digenetic parasites. If a sexual life cycle of Plasmodium means malaria in man. So malaria in human is nothing but a sexual life cycle of the Plasmodium. Malaria in mosquito is called sexual life cycle. So in part of PUC theory examinations also one of these will come. Explain the malaria life cycle in man means you have to explain only asexual life cycle, or describe the malaria cycle changes occurs in the female Anopheles mosquito means sexual life cycle of the Plasmodium we have to. So now let me discuss about asexual life cycle or malaria in man we'll be going to discuss now. I think this is a human body where a mosquito bites into the healthy human. Then for one bite there were 2000 number of sporozoids can be injected. Sporozoid. What is sporozoid? It is a seed of malaria. Seed of malaria. To cause the malaria in human, first step is injecting a particular stage of Plasmodium. The stage is called sporozoid. For one bite of a mosquito, female Anopheles mosquito is a female Anopheles mosquito. Then how sporozoids are developed in female Anopheles mosquito is called sexual life cycle. It will be continued by that. So female Anopheles mosquito who has sporozoids bite, then one bite will have a 2000 of sporozoids. These sporozoid, each sporozoid about 30 minutes wait in the blood to adjust the circumstances of the human body, nothing but temperature and enzymes. Then after 30 minutes they first choose liver cells, means they attack liver cells. So they are called hepatocyte. This is called hepatocyte. Very important. First cells of the human infected by the malarial parasite, nothing but sporozoid stage, is hepatocyte. Reason: hepatocytes, nothing but liver is the place where starch, nothing but animal starch, glycogen is stored. So it wants to develop in our body after infection. It wants to be incubate. Incubate means it has to overcome immune system of our human body. Immune system of human body, then it has to increase its number. So that for that it is selecting hepatocyte to eat the glycogen. Then that stage is called trophozoid. Trophozoid is the stage where sporozoid is attacking hepatocyte for eating entire the glycogen. After some time, in that liver cell itself, it undergone multiplication. Bacteria, once it divides into two cells by fission, is called binary fission. Amoeba also participated in binary fission, and Plasmodium participated in the multiple fission. Means one cell divided into many by fission. So occurs. So that here one cell is entered, but many cells will be developed by the multiple fission. Multiple fission. So many divisions occurs, so that 1 into 2, 2 into 4, 4 into 8, 8 into so on. So much number will be developed by the Plasmodium stage, nothing but a sporozoid after infection during the period of incubation. Over the days the number will be increased, then there will be no space inside the liver cell, then liver cell will be ruptured. While eating, this is called a trophozoid, and when it become a bigger in size, not in the number, then this is called schizont. Schizont is the stage in the liver when one single trophozoid become very bigger in size. After bigger, it will become blast into much number then it will be called cryptozoites. What it will be called? Cryptozoites. They look like pods. Crypto means pods. That's why cryptozoites. First stage, sporozoid. It is called infection stage. After the sporozoid attacks liver cell, inside the liver cell they start eating the glycogen. That stage is called trophozoid. Once trophozoid is there, then while eating its size is increased, not number, size is increased. When size is increased, that is called sizont. Once the size is extended, then it will be divided by the multiple fission. Here it is not multiple fission, it is growing. It is growing. Then this is called multiple fission. The bigger or biggest cell of the trophozoite is called sizont. The sizont undergone multiple fission gives many small sites. They are called cryptozoites. As cryptozoites number is increasing, inside the liver cell, cryptozoites number is increasing. Reason? Asexual reproduction. Multiple fission is asexual reproduction. That's why malaria in man is called asexual life cycle. Asexual life cycle. Reason? Multiple fission method. Because of the multiple fission they are developing, that is asexual reproduction method. That's why in human Plasmodium performs asexual reproduction. Now, as its number is increasing, the cell cannot be tolerated, so that the turgidity fail, then it blasts. Means hepatocyte will be rupture. So rupture of hepatocyte or liver cell. When liver cell rupture, then the first generation of the cryptozoites will be released. They are nearly 1,20,000 by a single trophozoite. Here one should understand, by 1 bite 2,000 number of sporozoites are entered. I explained from only one sporozoite. Nothing but one sporozoite unit gives 1,20,000 means 1,20,000 into 2,000 by just about a 10 days of span. So it entire this cycle is required 10 days of time. This is called pre-patent period. Pre-patent period. Pre-patent period of the malaria is about 10 days. After infection, 10 days of time, 1,20,000 from one cell of liver will be produced. So this is called first generation. First generation cryptozoites. First generation cryptozoites are 1,20,000 from one cell. All these are attacking. 50% of them attacking liver cell. Okay. Suppose if there are 100 or 50 cells are again attacking liver cell. Again liver cell attacking means again trophozoite. Again trophozoite means again sizont. Again sizont means again multiple fission, and again this stage. This is called, this is a pre-patent period, and this is extra erythrocytic cycle. It takes about 2 days of time. So that 10 plus 2, 12. Within 12 days, okay, our body, blood consists of a lot of cryptozoites, and it undergone the initiation of erythrocytic cycle. Then we will get a fever. That is why incubation period of malaria is 10 to 12 days of a time after infection. So here one should understand, trophozoite is single. Once trophozoite went to the liver cell, it become bigger by eating entire the glycogen. As there is no space inside, it will be blast, undergone the multiple fission, result n number of sporozoites. Like that multiple fission continues, then liver cell will be ruptured because of intolerance. Then the releasing of 1,20,000, in that 50% of cryptozoites, first generation cryptozoites select liver cells again to eat, again to increase their number. Clear? And rest of 50% approximately, is not sure. 50% of cryptozoites target RBC. Once they target RBC, what will happen? Erythrocytic cycle begin. This erythrocytic cycle is also called Golgi cycle. Golgi cycle. Scientist Golgi is explained for this. He got the Nobel Prize. So erythrocytic cycle will be begin. Before erythrocytic cycle, what happened? Pre-erythrocytic cycle. Entire this is called pre-erythrocytic cycle. After infection till release of first generation of cryptozoites, okay, and again the cryptozoites are attacking the liver cells. Entire this phenomenon is called pre-erythrocytic cycle. Before erythrocytic cycle began, what happened is called pre-erythrocytic cycle. Once 50% of cryptozoites are attacking RBC, then what will be begin? Erythrocytic cycle will be begin. If you understand this phenomena, then we can start the erythrocytic cycle clearly. So this is called cryptozoite. Clear? Once this cryptozoite enters RBC, why they are selecting RBC? The reason I already told you why they are selecting liver cell. Inside the liver cell, glycogen is present, eatable thing, animal starch is called. So to develop that is required glycogen. But why they are choosing RBC now? Inside RBC, there is no nucleus. There is no important cell organelles like mitochondria, lysosomes and all. So absence of cell organelles and the nucleus, presence of much substance, nothing but hemoglobin. Globin means what? Protein. Again they want to attack the RBC to eat globin from the hemoglobin. Let us see what kind of changes takes place. So once RBC attacked by the cryptozoite, then inside the RBC some vacuole is present. Inside that vacuole, this cryptozoite will be placed, and it's look like a ring stage. That's what it is called, signet ring stage. Signet ring stage will be identified under the microscopic examination in the malarial victim, in which inside the RBC food vacuoles are present. Inside that, this organism will go and start eating the globin. Because food vacuole in that globin is present, that is the reason it attacks the RBC and enters the food vacuole. That time we can easily observe it is a similar, it's like a ring, hand ring. That's why it's called signet ring stage. After signet ring stage, after eating entire thing, it will increase its size and it shows movement while circulating inside the RBC. Then this is called amoeboid stage. Amoeboid stage. First stage of the RBC is called trophozoite. Again, tropho means eating. Here also trophozoite, but it is a liver cell. It is also trophozoite, but it is this time it is RBC. After trophozoite, signet ring stage. So first stage in the erythrocytic cycle. It is the second stage in erythrocytic cycle. It is the third stage in erythrocytic cycle. First stage of erythrocytic cycle is trophozoite again. Second stage of erythrocytic cycle is signet ring stage. Why it is called signet ring stage? For eating, it has to select the food vacuole. While it is presenting inside the food vacuole, the appearance is look like a ring. That's why it is called signet ring stage. After eating everything, they form some pseudopodia to search the food material inside the RBC. That time we can observe amoeboid stage. So after eating complete food material inside the RBC, they are forming some kind of structures. They look like rose petals. Rose petals. That's what it's called. Rosette stage. Rosette stage. This is the fourth stage. So after rosette stage, as their number is increasing, RBC is also will be blast. Once RBC is blast, some small and some large cells will come out of this RBC into the blood. Once RBC is ruptured, what will come? Cells will come outside the RBC, means inside the blood. So this is rupture of RBC. Once RBC is ruptured, what has come means merozoites will come. Merozoites. Merozoites are two types, micro and macro. Macro means small, large, micro means small. So these two will come at the time RBC is breaking. If you observe clearly, in our blood temperature is maintained by RBC also. Once RBC number is ruptured, then temperature will be various from exterior to interior body, so that malarial victim in this particular stage starts shivering. Shivering along with the fever is a very clear symptom of the malaria. Why malarial victim is shivering is the question. After infection, about 10 to 12 days, erythrocytic cycle begin. Entire this erythrocytic cycle takes 48 hours. Again, 2 days. So 10 plus 2, that is interior. This is again extra erythrocytic cycle. So 10 plus 48 hours means 2 days. 10 plus 2, 12 days. After infection, 12 days, malarial symptoms starts. And don't think that malaria victim showing some shiverings today means yesterday or day before yesterday in itself the person will be affected. Wrong. About 14 days or 12 days. So nearly 2 weeks before the person was affected, means 2 weeks before the person met some dirty places where these female Anopheles mosquitoes are roaming and he was bitten by a particular female Anopheles mosquito. That's why today, after 4 to 12 days of time, he shows some symptoms. What is the main symptom of the malaria? Showing shivering. Why malaria person is shivering? RBC is breaking. Why RBC is breaking? Inside the number of merozoites and micromerozoites and macromerozoites will be increased. Due to the intolerance of that, plasma membrane will be ruptured, then they will come out. Once they come out, that is called hemozoin. See, this is also called hemozoin. Hemozoin called malarial pigment. Malarial pigment, very important thing. What is called malarial pigment? Hemozoin. Think about why it is called hemozoin means this living organism comes along with the heme. Hemoglobin. In that heme is iron, globin is protein. Protein part can be edible. So that it can and it eats complete the protein, but heme is not eatable because it is iron. So organism is coming with the iron. That is why it is called hemozoin. Hemozoin is existing in the blood. That time if you feel fever, if you give the blood for test, then they observe hemozoins and confirms there is a diagnostic phase, and that microbiology person who diagnose your blood can easily diagnose you are infected by the malaria. Reason? He observed malarial pigments. First time these malarial pigments are observed by scientist named Schaffner. That's why they are also called Schaffner dots. Schaffner dots. Schaffner dots, hemozoin, malarial pigment, merozoites, all are same. This is the last phase of the malaria life cycle in human. Let me recap it. Once the sporozoid enters by the female Anopheles mosquito bite, there are about 2000 of sporozoids will be entered. Each sporozoid attacks each liver cell. Inside the liver cell, they increase their size, is called sison. While eating, the stage is called trophozoid. So, sporozoids to trophozoids, trophozoids to sison. Once the size is increased, later there is no place for increasing its size, then it will start multiple fusion called asexual reproduction method. So, while it is blasting by multiple fission, n number of cells will be produced. The number of cells is increased in the hepatocyte. Then hepatocyte cannot tolerate, become bigger and blast. Then rupture of hepatocytes release so many cells are called cryptozoids. The stages once again I will tell you: sporozoids to trophozoids, trophozoids to sison, sison to cryptozoids, cryptozoids to first generation cryptozoids. First generation cryptozoids 50% again attack new liver cell, each and every one again they continue. That is called exoerythrocytic cycle. Then entire this is called pre-erythrocytic cycle. The time of pre-erythrocytic is 10 to 12 days. And the rest of cryptozoids, each one attacks RBC and initiates erythrocytic cycle, is also called Golgi cycle. What are the stages in series happened in the Golgi cycle? First one is trophozoid, second one is cygnet ring stage, third one is amoeboid stage, fourth one is rosette stage, and fifth one is rupture of RBC. Once RBC is ruptured, what will be released? Micro and macro merozoites will be released. They are also called hemozoins or malarial pigments. First time they are discovered by Schaffner scientist. That's why they are called Schaffner dots. While they are presenting in the blood, the person starts shivering along with the high fever, chill fever. Then he will be suspected by the malaria. As the stages are observed in that person's blood under the microscope, we can conclude he is affected by malaria. Then relevant treatment will be started. So once quinone tablets will be given, quinone tablets is the treatment. Once the quinone tablets will be given, all these stages will be disappeared. Suppose a doctor suggested 20 tablets to use continuously every day. After using of 10 days, if you cured by the malaria, then rest of 10 tablets will be thrown out, generally, in case. That time what will happen, the temporarily malaria will goes off, all stages will be killed. But if you see the first generation cryptozoites that are undergone the liver cell and they rupture and they release second generation after 2 years or 3 years. Means without infection, once a person is affected by malaria, second time without infection, he can be again infected by the malaria, again affected by the malaria. Reason is relapse of malaria. Some stages of malarial pigment will be ignored in the liver cells. In the favorable conditions of them, they comes out, again they start this process, again the person will be affected by chilly fever. This is called relapse of malaria. That's why how many days the medication has given, that much of time. That is why how many days of medication has been given, means tablets has been given in the course of 1 month. We have to use that 1 month only. Then all the stages and the stages who are hidden in some cells also will be easily vanished. Clear? As malarial parasite is cytozoic, they live inside the human cells. So this is what entire the asexual life cycle of the Plasmodium or malaria in man. Once a particular person is affected in this stage, these micromerozoites can sustain in that person about 7 days. Very, very important. How many days these hemojoin or malaria pigments can sustain in human body? 7 days. Before that, we will definitely have a fever, so we will get a treatment. Otherwise, in case of falciparum, it will be migrated to the brain and so many other body parts and damage, person will die. So treatment should be taken when a person gets symptoms accurately to the malaria. So then, how these will be transmitted to the female Anopheles mosquito is the point. This is what affected female Anopheles mosquito. If a female Anopheles mosquito which is not affected, normal, inside that sporozoites are not there, it generally has come to the person to suck the blood, as the mosquitoes are sanguivorous, their food is human blood, animal's blood. So if it sucks the blood in a body, all these changes were made before, within 7 days of time, after erythrocytic cycle, these will be available.
The malaria life cycle follows a devious path, swapping back and forth between mosquitoes and humans. This mosquito is infected with a malaria parasite. Because she is pregnant, she has become hungry for human blood. During the bite, she injects saliva to stop the blood from clotting. Her infected saliva also carries the malaria parasite. The parasite rides the bloodstream like a network of roads, seeking its first target, the core of your body's blood filter system, the liver. Sensing its arrival at the liver, the parasite searches for an exit. A sentinel Kupffer cell is the entry point to liver tissue. Leaving the blood, the parasite infects a liver cell, killing one or more other cells on its way. Over the next few days, the parasite undergoes hundreds of nuclear divisions, copying its DNA over and over again. A single infected liver cell can create thousands of new parasites. The next generation of parasites are modified to infect a new target: red blood cells. Inside a red blood cell, the parasite can hide from the body's immune system. The parasite slowly devours the contents of the infected cell and creates more parasites. The infected cell becomes sticky and grips onto blood vessel walls. Once mature, the infected cell bursts, spreading more parasites through the bloodstream. Malaria victims suffer fever, loss of blood, convulsions, brain damage, and coma. Countless millions have been killed by it. Most people who die from the disease are pregnant women and children under the age of 5.
Once it starts sucking, then micro and mero cryptozoites will enter through the mouthparts into the gut of the female Anopheles mosquito. In that, micro and macro will act as male and female gametes and start sporogony. This is sizogony, that is sporogony. Size will be increased in man. Spores means male and female number sporozoites will be developed in that is called sporogony. This is sizogony. In the class, what we have discussed today is sizogony. So what is left? Sporogony. Where does the sporogony takes place? In female Anopheles mosquito gut. That is called sexual life cycle of Plasmodium, or malaria in female Anopheles mosquito. That would be our next class. I hope you understand the concept. Revise once again and attend the assignment. All the best. Thank you.